What's going on, guys? Adam here from Team Title, and with the release of the new July 2015 ban list for ARG events, I am here to bring you an updated deck profile on my Startrix deck for the ARG format. So the reason why I play this deck is two reasons. Number one, this is the only deck I own. Number two, I really like back row decks. I like grinding it out with back row. I always like those decks. Like, basically what I'm trying to say is, if I were to pick either Stellar Knights, Burning Abyss, and Cleaforts, which are now the big three for the next ARG events, they're now the three meta decks, because Necros and Shaddoll's got hit crazy, Necros got hit crazy, so those decks pretty much just wiped off. But if I were to pick out of those three, I'd go with Stellar Knights. That's just saying that I really can't play with traps. Like, I like combo decks, but those decks are usually like the best in the format, and I really never like playing the best deck. The best thing in Yu-Gi-Oh for me is watching someone's face as I beat them with this deck, or Stellar Knights, just something grindy like that, slow game state, bringing the game state down really slow, and like, it's just, people say that they're linear decks, call them whatever you want. I like those decks. I think they actually take more skill than combo decks do. So yeah, without further ado, guys, the only cards that this deck actually lost from my previous deck profile on this, like, last format, the only cards it lost from the main deck was Emptiness. That's really it. Now I just tweaked it for this format, and the other card in the extra deck was Lavalval Chain, which I do not agree with. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys agree with Lavalval Chain being banned, because I do not. That card should have never been touched. I think it's balanced. Like, sure, it's set of OTKs, but I really think it should be. I really think it shouldn't have been hit. So without further ado, guys, this list is very different from the deck that I took to the Philly Regionals back in May. So let's get right into it. Alright, so we still play the obvious 3 Traptrix Remelios. This is one of the key cards in the deck. It's one of your Stratoses. Going to be searching out Bottomless and your Traptrix Trapple Nightmare off this. Now we also have the 2 Traptrix Dianaeas to bring back your Remelios. This is the best ratio, 3 Remelios to 2 Dianaeas. It's just the best one. Alright, now for the other engine, because this is the Trix and Startrix. We have 3 Scepters and 3 Chairs. Still need to pick up 3 Chairs. I know. Really haven't gotten around to it. Maybe one of my teammates will be ever so nice once again and hook me up with 2 more chairs for the next event I attend. So yeah, you gotta play these. It's just a great combo. 9 times out of 10 you're gonna win that game. And they put these Star and Startrix. So that's all, like, obvious. Now on to the other monsters. If you guys have seen my other video on this deck when I brought it to Philly Regionals in May and got 28th with it, you noticed I was playing 3, last format people were playing 3 Halberds and a Thunder King. I sided all 4 of those out. I obviously moved the T-King to the side because that's just an always sideboard card in, like, these kind of decks. And I went with 2 of each hand instead of the Halberds and the T-King, because these are really good against 2 out of the 3 decks of the format. They're really good against Stellar Knights and Cleafort. They're absolute trash against not hands, against BA. So these are just a good 4-card side out against that deck. But yeah, they're good floaters. You can still exceed with them. I know Halberd, like, he sped up the deck and all, but I think these cards are a lot better to play in the main deck than that card. And you really don't need to main deck Thunder King, because it's really only good against the Stellar Knights, sometimes Cleafort, and it's good against, like, other Rogue and, like, the mirror match if you see it. But these are just better to play in the deck. You can main these. Last format really shouldn't have main these because of Necros, Shaddolls. We're a big deck. We're big decks. Alright, so those are the monsters. I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 monsters, which is relatively a good number for decks like this. You really want to have a low monster count. Spell, we have 3 Upstart, 3 Duality. I love this card. People say cut it. I like it. It makes bad hands, like when you brick, makes your hands a lot better. You get to see stuff. You just dig for combo pieces if you're missing them. Like, if you're missing the stick chair combo, you can get to it faster. The drawback is special summoning, but I mean, like, if you can add a hand off this or something to, like, protect yourself for next turn or anything like that, you're pretty much solid. And there's times you brick and you won't draw a monster, so you need to have these. Now the newest One of the other newest additions to the deck is Triple MST. We're in a format now for ARG events where this deck is now, this card is now amazing because it's good against the decks. The top 3 decks, Tower Knights, Clay Forts, and BA. BA, you might not think, but they play a lot of back row, so you need to have MSTs, you need to have answers, you need to get rid of all that shit. And the Clay Forts, really good against that, and it's amazing against Tower Knights, so you need to play 3 MST. So that's it for those spells. Then we have 2 Dark Hole, Regeki. These are your massive destruction cards. The only big problem with this deck is you have a tendency of just having trouble getting over big monsters, so you need to max out on like the board clearing. And then we have 1 Soul Charge. That's obvious. And now on to the traps. We play 3 Call the Haunteds because it's still really good. Basically, if you have a Scepter in hand and this, you can get off the combo in like a turn or 2. In 2 turns, because you go Summon Scepter, search your Sovereignty, and then because if you didn't have your chair in hand, you would just go Scepter, search your Sovereignty, and then you could, when they get rid of your Scepter, you just call it back in like their end phase, and you'll end up drawing the 2 cards and like then entering your draw phase. Then it's your turn. Like, it's a lot better than using your normal summon on the same turn and getting the combo. But that's still obviously good, but it's really cool to do that combo because then you still get a normal summon of like a Mermelio or something. Then we also play 2 Mirror Force, 2 Torrential, 2 Traptrix Chapel Nightmares, the Bottomless, Compulse, and Warning. So those are all the traps. Like I said, no emptiness because it is banned. Onto the extra deck. There's only 1 proxy in here. I'll just start with that. It's supposed to be a Digisto Emerald. I'm supposed to be getting one soon. If not, hopefully someone can let me borrow it for the event, but this card's pretty good. I wasn't even playing it in my last deck, and I still did pretty well at a regional, so, Emerald's good though, I need to get that. Then we have Diamond, Deltaros, Ouroboros. Those are the cards you can make with the stick chair combo, but another card I put in was One-Eyed Skilled Gainer. Now I'm going to talk about this card for a couple minutes right now. This card's good. Its effect is, for those who don't know, it's a 3 level 4 monster, so you can make it with your Startrix combo, your Star Seraph combo. Those you don't know, you can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 face-up monster, XYZ monster your opponent controls. This card's name and original effect become the same as the monster, and this effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. So, the first thing that came to my mind was against Tower Knights, you would copy Deltaros or Trevor. You get either with Trevor you get to discard a card, or with Deltaros you pop something. And against Burning Abyss, if you set this, because it's a 26 defender, they really can't get over it. Their only out would be to make the Synchro, or to have a back row like a Wing Blast or Regeki Break, something of that nature. This card's really good against them. And if anything, you just make Diamond over your Deltaros against BA, and you pretty much have it. But this card's good. I really saw it in my binder, sitting there for years, and I literally just had room in here. I was just going to put in stuff for filler, and I actually am starting to like this. It's been testing out pretty well. 2 Castel. It's good. 101. X-Time, Berserk, Black Ship, Cowboy, Dweller, Carnagorgian, and Dark Rebellion. So that's the whole extra deck. Now the sideboard, probably going to change here from time to time, but right now this is like the rough draft of what I have. I'm still going with like I had in my last deck, 3 Flying Seas because it's the best against BA. Now I just put these in for filler. 2 Banishers, good against BA. It's Tower Knights a bit because like if they have a Deltaros, not a Deltaros, a Deneb just chilling there, you just summon this, attack over for 100, and it gets banished. And the combo against BA is to have out this with your Flying Sea, because what they'll do is you summon this first, and you have this in your hand, and you like just pass. Let's say you had a Flying Sea in hand, you have this on board, and they like go to do their shenanigans where they're just special summoning and they're Burning Abyss monsters. As soon as they do that, you Flying Sea them, and now that Flying Sea's on the board, any monster they attempted to summon or summon gets destroyed. But with Banisher on the field, it's banished. So like, even if you get rid of this, all their monsters have been removed. Like, it's just a cool combo that I noticed, and it's actually been working out really well. So those are those cards, and then you still side T-King, and another card that I'm trying out is Consecrated Light. Still hesitant on taking out these and the Banishers for other things because I really need to get a 3rd Shadow Mirror and Maxis. But right now, I haven't tested it out yet, but I can assure you this will probably do well. It pretty much just locks down BA. They can't normal special summon a dark monster or declare an attack with a dark monster, and this card cannot be destroyed by battle with a dark monster, and I don't take any battle damage from battles involving dark monsters. Then I just kind of threw in a D-Fissure because I had nothing else. A Mind Control, because this card is awesome. The best thing that came to my mind when thinking about signing this is against the Tower Knights. You take their Deltaros, you take their Trigger, and you just put over your Diamond. Literally, you just remove the problem like that, and you have a 27 beater. So, Mind Control is really good. It's just a one card, get rid of that, give me a 27 monster, like, so good. You can even use Deltros's and Triver's effects when you take them, so you can use the effect, then go in main phase 2 and just Diamond. Then we have 3 Mind Crush. Really don't need to main anymore because it was just in there for Necros, really. I mean, it is good against all the 3 of the best decks still, but I don't think it should be mained. I'd side in all 3 against them, mostly against BA and Stellar Knight. Then we have 2, but that could change. I could start to main these again. Just gotta make room. 2 Shadow Mirrors, I need a 3rd. Replacing the 3rd Shadow Mirror is just a Mirror Force. I just threw it in there. It's good against Cleefort. I really didn't have anything else to beat Cleefort. My main deck pretty much is the best against the Towers and Cleefort, but then I just signed the MSTs for those. But BA is kind of my worst matchup, just saying that right now. So that was the whole deck, guys. Let me know what you think. Comment down below, like this, and subscribe for more videos. Thanks, guys. See ya.